So, what even is ARMA? ARMA is a military simulation sandbox that can be a lot of different things. You likely have played at least some other shooter before, but if you haven't, have no fear, this can be your first game. Like many other shooters, this is a game that involves player versus player and player versus environment, but with some added spice, because it teaches real-life skills. Let me explain ARMA briefly by comparing it to other games out there. Battlefield 6. Incredible, beautiful, and very fun. But filled with loot crates and scope glint. Nothing is more annoying to me than finding the perfect sniping spot only to be killed by an SMG across the map that simply is spraying at something they would never see in real life. People play this game and turn their brains off. Call of Duty. Once again, beautiful, huge, and filled to the brim with things to buy. But have I ever purchased anything in that store? Absolutely not. Call of Duty is more of a reaction shooter than anything else. That means that the game basically rewards a 13-year-old with aimbot more than a 45-year-old combat veteran. People in general play this, once again, to turn their brains off. Helldivers 2. Glorious, beautiful, action-packed, and challenging by every metric, quite possibly the best game ever. But yet, the missions recycle, the enemies recycle, and it only gets more challenging because your weapons become less effective as the levels get harder. People in general play this game, once again, to turn their brains off. And maybe for democracy. By now, I'm sure you can see the trend. Games, especially shooters, rely on a loop to keep you interested in the game. The loop only has to last as long as the refund policy. After that, technically these large game companies have gotten everything they wanted. Your money. This loop typically is fancy new graphics, guns, or equipment, throwing you instantly into the action, granting you a spike of adrenaline and dopamine, then you being killed and starting over. The format, settings, and guns can change, but overall you're looking at the same loop for many different games. ARMA, however, does it fundamentally different. ARMA has many different loops. Yes, you can enjoy your typical loop, throwing bodies at an objective until you win the game, but there is a deeper current behind that. Actual strategy. You can fight 10 enemies with the exact same weapon, and they will all be different because they take different strategies to try to win. Maybe one will flank. Maybe one will call for reinforcements over the radio. Maybe you'll be surprised by a roadblock on your way to the objective you were looking for. Maybe the base you spawn at has been mined by a recon team. The typical shooters simulate contact, where ARMA, it simulates war. You can get lost in the woods, cut off from radio signals with only a map and compass. You can throw mortar rounds over a mountain to where your squad is directing. You can train as a helicopter pilot for hot drops in uncertain war zones. The list goes on and on and on. This can be explored in the many game modes of ARMA. Single player gives you the opportunity to learn how to plan the basics of a mission or objectives while simultaneously exposing you to contact. Conflict is a PvP, VP, VE game mode where 3 sides fight for control of the island. This teaches you fundamental teamwork and overarching strategy the more you play. Combat Ops is a PvE game mode where you are outnumbered and frequently outgunned, but need to learn how to survive in a hostile environment where the enemy really works together against you. Game Master, well, that teaches you not to trust the eye in the sky, normally. But in all seriousness, it can teach you evading roadblocks, smuggling equipment through civilian forces, and once again, how to work as a team. And do not even get me started on the modding community, which is officially supported and even funded by ARMA devs at times through the Steam Workshop. They have zombies, external laptop support for live data synced maps, modern weapons, drones, really almost anything you can imagine. ARMA shines not only as a standalone shooter, but as a team-building exercise. You can work together to have the fun that you desire. The American teams are typically for casual or chatty new players. Think Call of Duty lobby, but a bit more teamwork. Soviet team is typically organized, strategic, and unfortunately a bit elitist. Think Rainbow Six Siege of ARMA. And the FIA, well, they understand that the game isn't about winning, it's about having fun. They can be either extremely organized or extremely disorganized. It really just depends on who you play with. So why get into ARMA right now? Great question. ARMA Reforger is simply a bridge between ARMA 3 and ARMA 4. A demo, and quite frankly a very impressive demo, I will say, of what is to come. Any community that you or I build now will be there when ARMA 4 drops, expected in 2027. It introduces new controls that needed polishing from ARMA 3. Movement speed, vaulting, AI control. It introduces new mechanics, destroying radio towers, spycraft, and even attacking the electrical grid here soon. ARMA isn't perfect. You'll die to bugs, server will lag and kick you from time to time. Someone will absolutely crash the helicopter, probably twice. But I've never played another game that made complete strangers feel like lifelong teammates. I've never played another game that rewards patience, communication, leadership, and creativity, quite like ARMA. And if that sounds like your kind of game, welcome to the Resistance.